No disrespect. Y'all should know we did love our mother. We loved our father. We love all our siblings and most of our cousins. Them kids, I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is that you have to be careful in how you treat folks because yeah, they don't have nobody has to take care of you, but you shouldn't make it easier for them not to want to do it. That's the big thing. You want them to be, you want them to be able to do that. Now we've heard stories about mothers and fathers who treated their children like trash. The child grows up to be something, and then then the parent comes back be wanting to get in their life so they can live off the benefit off of the fruits of their child's labor who they treated like a wet food stamp. And you have to look at it from a perspective that you know she's not perfect, he's not perfect, I'm not perfect, but we have to continue going back and forth to get to our level to where we're at peace because there's nothing more important in family dynamics than peace. If Go ahead.
A lot of celebrity, single parent celebrities, that happens to them a lot. They were raised by one parent and they blew up. They take care of that one parent that took care of them, but the parent that has not been in their lives, the majority of their lives, or in and out of their lives, that parent comes back and, like you said, want them and expect for them to take care of them financially, and but still don't want to do what they're supposed to do as a parent, even when a lot of times they do turn around and still help, and they still don't want to do right by them. So yeah, it's a matter of appreciating your situation and the gratitude that you give, because if I can appreciate my situation, but I'm still in that person's life, even though I may not be financially stable or may not be medically able to assist in the growth of that child when I get older, because I still appreciate it and I was still in that person's life in some type of way, they still might be able to take care of me, not necessarily financially. I'm really talking medically. You know,
Right.
you always need someone to be there to take care of you medically. I said earlier that I don't think that my children will physically assist me medically if I get to that point. I just know that my siblings, if I outlive them, if we all still the same way, they will help more versus my children that I gave birth to, because I'm saying that because of what I've gone through so far when I got sick and I needed someone to be there for me and they weren't. So I feel that later on they're not. But I always tell, and I tell Dabs, this is they're gonna need me before I need them, you know. In so many different ways, they're gonna need me. And they have. They needed me before I needed them. My son came to visit for Mother's Day, and he hadn't come to visit me since I had my surgeries. So before I had my surgery, he came to visit me, but I haven't seen him since they're here in Florida. However, when he came, I felt the guilt of him not being here when he needed me. So it seemed like he wanted to just keep buying me stuff. And I kept telling him, no, I don't need that. No, oh no, I don't want that. No, it's good. I'm cool. I even took him to the facility where and I are going to get married. And I was telling him that this is the place. And he was ready to pay for the place. Even though it wasn't time to pay, it was too early to pay, but I
Right.
still wanted to show them. And then I'm just saying, I just felt that guilt right there. So I think financially they may be there for me, but medically or physically they won't.
I can definitely understand that. I could definitely understand that. So that's, everybody's family, so every family is different. And, your kids, your cousins, your parent. aunts and uncles, grandparents, they all had their challenges during that life. And
I know if he was, he would, because of the way we raised him. He's very family oriented. If you tell him that this is a cousin, he's going to believe you, and he's going to become. You're going to see him forever. Then, like that's how my son is. So in that aspect, I believe it'll be more physical. Like he'll be here present, and he will take care of me because that's his. He has that caretaker mentality or a presence about him. So yeah, I felt that way about my son. Yeah,
yeah,
that oldest one, no, he kept on spraying me with Lysol when I got COVID, and he left me for dead for 3 days. So I don't know. I don't know.
that's
Yeah,
how.
every time I came out my room to go to the bathroom and he see me, he was spraying me with Lysol, and I'm like, there's a whole nother floor that you don't even have to come up here. Yeah, like why you? Almost like, and then you're not feeding me. So yeah, that was him.
Well, you
But
hardly ever eat anyway. So what? Why would he? Why would he feed you?
if I was
You might turn into
hungry,
a gremlin or something.
and listen, if I needed something, and at this time I was only basically eating once a day. But and if a person like that say they're hungry, you should feed them. Like if I'm one of those, if I cook, I can't eat. So I'll cook a whole meal and just sit there like do enjoy. And then they be like, you're not eating, I'm not hungry. And I won't eat till the next day. So if I that's just how I feel. I'm not even gonna go into it. That's if a person, a person has a bad appetite or something, um, like I did, because cigarettes and caffeine took my appetite. And so I was barely eating to where people thought I had like anorexic. I was anorexic or something, which I wasn't. I was just not, I was lazy and didn't want to chew. So yeah, so when a person like me say I'm hungry, I need to eat and I should be fed, even if it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you should give me something.
I
Don't tell
got you.
nobody that no more.
What?
Don't tell
A peanut
nobody
butter?
that no more. But you just been too lazy to chew.
Yeah, yeah. Coffee was my life for quite a few years.
Yeah,
So
coffee and
yeah.
cigarettes. That's a German breakfast. Um, oh, back to the subject. Miss Kim, does anybody in your family use their children as a come up?
Say that again.
Does anybody in your family, your siblings, maybe your nieces and nephews, do anybody use their parent as a come up?
Mm, no. Mm-mm. No.
Did any of your siblings use your parents as a come up?
Yes. Yes. Mainly, I could say my brothers. Yeah, because my dad owned his own business, and they worked for daddy, so they felt like they were privileged because they didn't have to punch a clock or anything. So even though they were working for dad, because he was a plumber and electrician. So even though he was paying them a salary, they felt like he still was supposed to continue to do for him. One of my brothers even had my dad paying his child support. And I'm like, what? So yeah, my dad spoiled the boys. The girls work. So yeah.
How about you, Miss Summer?
Oh boy. Not that I know of offhand.
Dabs?
What was that?
How do you anybody in your family treated their children or their children treated them like a come up?
Um, no, not my family. I don't think anybody has. My mom, my sister, we pretty much, well, when I was still back at home, um, we were all over at taking